I promised you guys a video of how I applied to LSE, how I applied for my scholarship. Before I start, who are currently under JPA for degree, I would highly recommend this video for you guys because this is going to be very helpful. Okay. Hi! Let's get started with the first part of the video. Applying to LSE. Okay, reading some script here because I can't hafal everything. Before I start, I applied everything by my own self. I mean, some people helped me, but not through an agent or anything. Okay, so first of all, it's very important for you to be rajin. You have to always buka the website of the university that you want to go, and you have to rajin tengok when will the application open and all these things. Okay, so first kena rajin buka. Say I want to go to LSE, so during the first few months, all I did was open their website. Second, you have to check when do you need to apply. What you need to know is that usually universities, they have their own application portal. So you akan sign up the portal and then you akan isi. It's not like a one-time thing tau. Bukan you isi like buat registration form. No. It's something that might take up days. Because first, okay, you have to make sure that you best if you already have your IELTS punya test, so you can terus dapat unconditional offer. Okay, you have to make sure that your transcript is already there. You have to have reference. Your referees are usually your lecturers, so you'll have to look for them and you'll have to ask for their help. Okay, and then you have to sediakan personal statement. Why do you want to take up the course? What's your motivation? Why you want to study? Okay, and then your resume. And for my course, you don't have to have work experience. There is an application fee and it costs around 70 to 80 pounds, I think. But when I converted, it was around 400 ringgit. So you not apply for the university, you have to pay. So I don't know what happens to the money if you don't get accepted. That's why it's always important to, I think, to just pick one university that you really want to get into. Don't waste your money because at the end of the day, you'll still pick one university only, right? So when I applied, it was mid-January and I finished the application end of January. So it took me 2 weeks to complete everything. That's because I was traveling from KL back home in Sabah. In the middle of applying, I was also having fun in the sun, and I also was going through a very hard time that time. So the process took longer. I think in essence it would just take you up to 3 to 5 days. I think that's all with applying. You have to be very patient because it's going to take a very long time. I received my offer on the 5th of March. It took for a month. That's standard lah. It's usually 4 weeks to 8 weeks macam tu. Another important thing that I have to tell you guys is that you have to do everything simultaneously. I would suggest you take your IELTS as soon as possible as now. It would last up to 2 years, so no worries. Pasal nanti jadi susah because it's gonna be very packed and you are going to be filled with a lot of things. You have to do everything simultaneously. You have to apply for university, you have to apply for scholarship, you have to take your IELTS. So it's going to be a very complicated process. Tapi it's not hard, but it's a little complicated. Moving on to the next month, which will bring us to our scholarship application. Before I start explaining, I want to tell that this scholarship is only for people who are under JPA, PIDN during degree. Otherwise, it's not possible. This is one of the requirements. I was actually very scared because they opened very early. For the past years, dorang buka July. Tapi for this year, dorang buka February. There's a very huge silver lining to it. Pasal kalau tak with all the COVID thing, I really don't know what would happen. My scholarship program is called Program Pelajar Cemerlang, PPC. Okay, jadi the requirement is your degree, you have to be under JPA, and then you have to graduate your degree with first class degree. You must also note that this scholarship does not sponsor medical, dentistry, education, and some more. You can easily Google JPA PPC requirements. Okay, these are the things that you need to take note before applying. And if you're not under JPA, I'm sorry then, but I can suggest you a few scholarships that you can look into. First is Yayasan Hazana. You can easily go to their website. You can even email them. What else? You can try your negeri punya yayasan, Yayasan Sabah ke, Yayasan Johor ke. Just simply search for scholarships and all. But these are the scholarships that I know lah. Okay. And then you've got to be very, very alert. Pasal they only open for 1 week. JPA would only open for 1 week, and if you miss, you'll never get a chance anymore. Okay, so after you apply, you have to wait. It's apply, shortlist, interview, then whether you accept it or not. So it's a few processes lah. Jadi simultaneously, while waiting for the scholarship or waiting for LSE, I sat for my IELTS. The end of February, 27 February, I got shortlisted to go for the interview with JPA. Okay, and then dorang akan give you a few days. On the 4th of March, I went to the interview. Okay, and in the interview, I can't see. Okay, please note that while I went to the interview, I did not have any offer letter. So time I pergi interview, I tak tahu I dapat ke tak dapat masuk LSE. And my father told me that pergi je. Dia kata insyaAllah just try. If it's your rezeki, then you'll get it. But I just really want to thank God pasal while it was a very stressful process, He made it very smooth. It's not a one-on-one interview. So you will go in the interview room with 2 other people. There will be 3 of you, and dorang akan tanya you not hard questions. Dorang akan tanya you questions about yourself. So tak ada general knowledge, tak ada any questions that would kill you, no. Just as long as you have your own perspective about things and you understand why you want to continue your studies, it should be enough. Because dorang akan question you back, oh, why do you want to take this? If you want, they ask you what you want to become. Okay, I think one of the questions they asked me was, why do you want to do that? Why do you want to do it in the UK when you can do it in Malaysia? More of a personal question. They want to study you, they want to see your perspective about things. And I don't think it was a hard interview pasal they were very friendly. And then they asked, siapa yang belum ada offer letter? And then I angkat tangan. Dia bilang, by next week we have to have this offer letter, if not we cannot consider you. Thankfully, I went to the interview on the 4th of March. Okay, on the 5th of March I got accepted into LSE. Okay, but conditional offer pasal I belum ada my IELTS results. So we were supposed to get our scholarship result by the end of March, tapi we ended up getting at the end of April. The process was very, very slowed down. On the 6th of March, my IELTS came out and I passed the requirement. I sent the university my IELTS test. They will kasih you an unconditional offer. Okay? So that is the process of application from JPA. Moving on to the next part. I don't want to wear specs anymore because I just look at the clip and I realize that I don't look good in specs. So biarlah, I rabun pun I rabun lah. Okay, kita sudah. I hope I answered most of your questions. If you have any question after this, please just comment in the comment box. Is that how it works here? I don't know. Please just comment and I will reply. Now I'm gonna go to the IELTS test. I took my IELTS test on the 21st of February. IELTS ni dia sama saja macam MUAT. Okay, cuma MUAT dia until 6, IELTS dia until 9. First, I signed up with British Council. You have to pay 795 ringgit to take the test, which I think is very unreasonable. 100 to just get the certificate. I seriously think that it was too much, but you boleh pilih when do you want to take the test, where do you want to take the test. I took like 2 weeks gap to study. Dorang akan bagi you like contoh-contoh soalan, practice and all. Tak banyak tau practice diorang bagi tu. If you want, you have to pay some more. Ridiculous, I know. If you've taken MUAT, it's basically the same thing. About the score, different universities have different requirement, different courses have different requirement. And in my case, dia minta 7 out of 9 and I got 7 out of 9. I don't want to become an overachiever. Oh, my English is just not good enough. It takes 14 days for them to get the result. Just make sure that you reach your requirement the first time you do it, because that's a lot of money. Unless you're rich, then go ahead. Okay, so this was what I meant when I said that it was a very complicated process. Like, okay, it wasn't complicated, tapi a lot of things need to be done. Okay, but I felt like Allah ease the process for me, so that's like a lot of good news in a short span of time. Like, that's on IELTS. We're gonna move on to the next one. It hasn't immersed to me yet that I'm in somewhere so far away from home for the first time in my life. So yeah, now macam bila I duduk balik baru I fikir, oh, I'm in UK. I've always wanted to study abroad, so this really makes me so happy. Okay, visa application, I just want to share with you guys because I wished somebody helped me with my visa application. Some people apply through agents, but that requires a lot more money. Okay, so I basically buka, cari sendiri everything. This one is like a bonus track from me. I applied somewhere in July, I think. Mula-mula, you have to apply. It's like a portal and you have to log in the portal, you have to answer everything. Oh, also you cannot apply your visa kalau you belum dapat your CAS. So CAS ni you dapat from your university. You have to make sure your CAS tu correct. Everything has to be betul, pasal kalau salah satu pun, your visa will be rejected. So it's very important that you really betul-betul tengok. When you apply for your visa, nobody told me that you have to pay for 2 things, not just your visa. Your visa is $450. That's around 2,000 over ringgit. And apart from that, you also have to pay for your IHS. It's something health surcharge. Okay, IHS is another 585 USD. That's another 2,000 over juga. What you do is you apply online and then you have to set an appointment. Kalau UK, you don't have to go to the embassy. Dia ada agent yang jaga, and it's usually VFS Global. So you have to go to their office. You ambil I punya fingerprint and all. So you have to wait. Usually it's around 2 weeks, tapi it took a little longer. You have to give your passport. So basically what you're waiting for is dorang bagi balik your passport dengan ada macam stiker dekat dalam sana. Okay, the sticker is temporary. Nanti bila you sampai dekat sini, baru you kena pergi ambil. It's either your university ataupun kena ambil dekat post office. In my case, I had to go to the post office to take. Dia akan arrange courier lah untuk hantar your passport balik. I just got my passport back and my visa was approved. So that's just basically it for the visa. That's all lah yang I have to tell you. And there's one more question that I got, was how I cari my rumah. Okay, what you need to know is that you can apply dekat you punya university punya halls. LSE has its halls, tapi it's very expensive for little value. Decided that I want to stay alone. The place that I'm staying now is like a small studio house. Ada kitchen, ada toilet. It's a little further from LSE. I almost even got scammed. It was such a long journey. I almost got scammed 11,000 ringgit. Pasal I thought the person, like she was on this application called Rightmove. Rightmove is a place where you can rent houses. Okay, so be very careful. Visit websites yang betul-betul can be trusted. So what I did was, I'm staying in a private accommodation. An agent is running, okay, what it's called Uni Echo. So what you do is you bagi tahu where do you want to live, bagi tahu mana university, they will help you find. The agent was very helpful. I sangat banyak songe. So macam I always no, I don't want this, I don't want this. So she helped me sampai I betul-betul mau the house. Jadi that was how I found place. So I would really recommend you guys to go. It's either you go to your university punya house, ataupun kalau you want to stay alone and cheaper a bit further from London, if you are in London, you can try Uni Echo. So I think that's just it. Okay, so I sudah bagi tahu you guys how was the journey of applying to LSE and scholarship. I help with the visa, with IELTS, and extra another tempat tinggal. So I hope that I helped answer your questions. A lot of people have been DMing me and telling me that they wish to further as well. Go for it. I think the first step is to just want it first, to have the niat first. Like, oh, I nak sambung belajar. I've always had that. I've always known that I wanted to continue my masters and all. So when you have that, that's already good enough. You're already somewhere. So next you work towards it lah. And you try to at least get a first class degree, so it's easier for you to dapat scholarship. And then you gotta start believing in yourself. The most valuable lesson that I've learned throughout this process is when you believe in yourself, you will be surprised at the amazing things that you can achieve just by starting to believe in yourself. Because you tend to work towards it, towards what you believe that you can do. So that was how I achieved things. I started with believing that I can. So if it's something else that I want to tell you guys, it's to always believe in yourself. I guess that's it for me. Thank you. If you're watching to this point, I just want to thank you. Oh, also I also want to promote my business while I'm here. I am also a businesswoman on the side. I co-own a brand with my best friend called Hairpot. This is it. It's cute, isn't it? Okay, this is the packaging, this is the box, and this is the product. I don't know how this works. Okay, whatever. It's a lash and brow thickening oil. So head on to our Instagram if you guys are interested, and if you guys are interested in supporting me. Okay, that's all. I think that's the end of it. I hope that I helped you guys a little. So that's all. Bye. Oh, also, this is actually something that I wanted to share with you all. So throughout the entire process, from the application to the visa, I was going through the worst kind of heartbreak, to the point that I told myself, if I manage to go through it all, and if I manage to come out alive, I'm truly an iron lady. And I need to tell you guys this. I just want to say that I guess I am an iron lady. So yeah, besides that, the point is, I think it was the worst I've been in my entire life. So if I can do it, I really want you to know that you can do it too. So I really hope everyone gets to achieve what they want at the end of the day. Okay, bye bye.